Let's examine the intensifying human and legal fallout from the current Trump administration's mass deportation mandate. As of this week, federal immigration detention has reached a level never before seen in American history, a milestone marked by reports of bigoted excesses and abusive tactics that have now ensnared U.S. citizens in their own homes. Take the case of Scott Thao, U.S. citizen and member of the Hmong community. The Hmong are people originally from Southeast Asia, though now they've been in the U.S. for generations. They, during the Vietnam War, helped the U.S. military forces, and that put them in grave danger. So fortunately, when the U.S. pulled out of Vietnam, we owed it to the Hmong because they would have been slaughtered. So we evacuated a lot of them and resettled them into the U.S. And so now they've been thriving in places like the Twin Cities and the Gulf Coast and the West Coast. And so really have overall been a success story when it comes to integrating into U.S. life and really becoming patriotic citizens. But Sunday afternoon, January 18th in St. Paul, Minnesota, 56-year-old Scott Thao, who has been a naturalized U.S. citizen for decades, was asleep in his own home when federal agents broke through his door without a warrant. According to family accounts to CBS and the AP, Thao was taken out of his home into sub-freezing temperatures wearing only his underwear, sandals, and a blanket. Despite his family's attempts to show his identification, agents reportedly refused to look at it, detaining him for over an hour before realizing he was a U.S. citizen. St. Paul Mayor Cowley Herr responded to the incident today, stating that ICE is not going after hardened criminals, but is instead going after anyone and everyone in their path. Department of Homeland Security has defended the move, claiming Thao matched the description of a targeted individual at the residence. I hate to bring up the old racist joke, or not really a joke, but people say, oh, they all look alike, right? And I've heard that applied to different ethnicities, but in the U.S. it has been where people would look at Asian people and due to their own ignorance go, they all look alike, which of course is not true, but people say that. But here we have immigration officers are busting down doors without warrants and dragging off U.S. citizens. U.S. citizens. Meanwhile, in Los Angeles, District Attorney Nathan Hochman confirmed this week that a member of his own office was wrongfully detained by ICE on Friday. In an internal memo, Hochman called the incident unacceptable, noting that the employee, a dedicated public servant, was intercepted while going about their daily business. So now you have ICE arresting law enforcement, arresting prosecutors or people in the prosecutors, the district attorney's office. If you haven't noticed, it's getting kind of crazy. While the DHS, Department of Homeland Security, officially denied having a record of the detention, the incident has fueled accusations of racial profiling as federal agents stage highly visible operations in major metropolitan areas under the administration's expanded enforcement rules. Let me leave you some numbers. According to internal DHS data obtained by CBS News, the ICE detainee population has surged to an all-time high of 73,000. That's most NFL football stadiums can't even hold that many people. This is an 84% increase from this time last year. This record-setting capacity was authorized by last year's federal funding bill, which allocated $45 billion, with a B, billion dollars to expand detention facilities. While the administration frames this as a security necessity, nearly 40% of those currently held have no criminal record, being detained solely for suspected civil immigration violations. The Trump administration and its nativist supporters continue to maintain that these targeted operations are part of a broader effort to make America safe. However, with the detainee count at 73,000 and American citizens being held at gunpoint, the erosion of the Fourth Amendment protection is no longer a theoretical risk, but a daily reality. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments. If you're on YouTube, please give me a like and subscribe. And if you're listening via podcast, of course, subscribe and a 5-star review will help spread the word. Be sure to share with friends and stay tuned.
Will remorse do 'em.